So I guess we could start with intros. You go first.
Oh,
sir.
No, it's fine. Best looking ghost first. That's fine. Yeah, they call me Kyle. I'm tall.
Okay. What else do you do, Kyle?
Oh, I'm a personal trainer. I'm a musician, athlete.
Okay. Package.
Can I say something like what Kevin Hart would say? Like,
go ahead, Kyle.
I'm a sex symbol.
Oh gosh.
Okay, maybe not. Anyway, but yeah. So.
All right, go ahead.
All right. What's the deal, y'all? Big Moosey Moose.
Moose. Oh, my bad.
Artist, all around artist. I paint, I draw, graphic designs, photography. Anything that you see, I do it. Man, just overall creative. I can't list everything.
Right. Well, I'm Elise, if you guys don't know already. Producer, director, screenplay writer, all that. Mom, I'm a mom first, but yeah, so that's the game, that's the crew, we're here.
Wait, everyone said something really like high class, and all I said was tall, an athlete, personal trainer, and sex symbol.
That's
but
Killer Body by Kyle. Get with it or get right or get left.
Get left out in these streets. You're gonna be walking instead of running. Anyway.
All right, let's jump right in. So who had the best album of the month? And y'all need to know the difference between albums, projects, mixtapes. And yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's the difference.
Yeah.
All right.
I definitely thought it was Cordae from A Bird's View. I like this album. I haven't heard all of it, and the reason why is because he's an artist that I have been more getting used to listening to his music. I mainly heard about him. Now I've heard of him. What was it when they were YB and what was that? Yeah. So I heard of him. But when I heard that he was dating Naomi Osaka, I was like, oh, that's the artist. And then I started listening to his music, and I started liking his songs. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start giving him a little bit more attention. And when he talks or when he raps, it's clear. I understand him, so I got no issues with his music or anything like that. And when he does rap, it's always about something like real and So
yeah, I've never really listened to his music. That album where he was talking about like Thanksgiving, like it was literally a song about food. That's the only album that I really listen to. But he's like a different type of rap, like a rapper. Well, he's not in drama. Drama is like very, it's marketable. So he's not in a lot of drama. So I think he's kind of like an underrated, but like he's a good rapper though. He really is. People really should listen. I should listen to him more often because he's not with no drama and BS and stuff.
See, I like him because he's a lot more, I would say, like forward thinking than a lot of today's rappers around his age or my age, I guess you would say. He's not worried about the bitches, the hoes, and
right.
He's like, no, this is real life. Like this is what's happening, and just a mature artist. And it's, I would say some of his stuff is like, okay, you could just listen to it, whatever. But he's more of like a lyricist, I guess you could say.
Right, yeah.
So it's like, if you want to think and you on the road, like, play some Cordae.
Right, yeah, exactly. So what about you? What you think the best album was? Yep, you, love you.
You already know it was Gunna for me.
Yeah, Gunna has that music that you can twerk to, you could vibe out to, smoke to. So that's why I liked Gunna.
But you know what, too? It's like, because his type of music is just for everybody, like it's easy for him to blow up because even just based off of his like fashion sense, like he's like unique. That's what I'm saying.
But see, he sounds like a lot of rappers right now. He's in that category, like, difference from Cordae. He's in that category where they all sound the same. Gunna is one of the top ones, but...
He does, but then he has different styles.
True.
Well, I mean, it's what you said right there. I mean, anyone in the music industry, rapper, singer, whatever, you got to know what people like. Some people like a good beat. If it's something that you can twerk to, dance to. I don't twerk, but yeah, anything like that is people. If you play that, so someone will listen to it 10, 20, 30 times, and then that's how you get your money. That's how you get your views. So I mean, he's doing it right now. That's what it is. You know,
man, he took over the world. See, I was gonna say he took over the world. Pushing P. Stop playing,
man. That picked up real fucking quick too, and I was confused because I hadn't even heard the album yet. But I see Pushing everywhere. I'm like, what is everybody talking about? Pushing what? Pushing what?
Well, it's funny you say that because now it's become an emoji, right, because like when people start putting the flags, and I was like, what's going on there? Why we have red flags or green flags? I said, what's going on here? And then, nah, you capping. So I'm like, that's now people are like, you pushing P. So,
but you know what's funny too? There's an argument over him using Pushin' P because Pushin' P originated in the Bay, but also that's the thing in Houston. So they like, you're not even doing it right. Wow, like you like people are angry.
That's true. See, my favorite was Babyface Ray. You already know I love me some Babyface Ray, but it dropped at the end of January too, I think.
Yeah, towards the end.
Yeah, like very towards right at the end. But yeah, that's my all-time favorite.
I mean,
from this month.
I like the album.
Face.
But I'll be honest, maybe I just haven't gave it like a thorough enough listen, but. It was only like a couple songs I like. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Babyface. He's cool. He's a very, what's the word I'm looking for? He has a more relaxed style of rapping and his music, but it's still something that you can get lit to.
True.
Like it's not like super in your face, like you know, it's like
right.
You know, like simple beats, but it still goes.
It really does, and it's some songs too now I feel like are like sentimental and stuff like that. Like it seemed like he was going through something or what was it, his Pop's prayer or something like that? Yeah,
that was deep. I was just like, hey, I like that. Like his dad really praying for him.
Or
like,
it's one on there. It's like blood, sweat, and tears or something like that. And I was in the car. Me too. I was feeling this. This was my song, you know.
So are you taking him or Blueface?
I'm not taking any rappers. I'm not. No.
So if you had to choose.
No. I mean, music-wise, talk about music.
Oh no. That's what I'm saying. No. Not in terms of artists themselves, but like if someone said this rapper or this rapper for their music, like are you taking Blueface or are you taking?
Well, I'm taking Lil Durk because Lil Durk is my favorite artist. So forget everybody else right now.
Is it because of his blonde dreads?
I love Durk. I just do. I love his music. I do. It's just something about him that just I don't know. Do you
sing like baby whenever you're like by yourself?
No.
Drake, you're like sometimes we laugh.
Bye, Kyle. Okay, let's start with the drama for the month. What happened this month? All right, So top of the month, Kanye West spotted with 2 women on a balcony in Miami. How y'all feeling?
Hey, look, my man Kanye is doing that for he's doing that for attention. He wants to get Kim's attention. He's over here upset. He's still upset about the divorce, and he's hurt. I think Kanye's doing it. I think what a lot of people, not just men, but women do it as well. When someone that they care about, you know, has lost interest or is done, you're gonna try and do something to get their attention.
No, that's the problem. You're a secretive person. You've always been a secretive person. We have not known about Kanye West being like all these other rappers until now. You're exposing yourself now. Why, Kanye? Why? We need to know. The world wants to know Kanye West.
He hurt.
See, I agree with Kyle because I mean I get it. If you really like somebody or you're in love with somebody, there's a certain type of emotion, happiness that you get from that person, and it's love is a drug.
No, you're doing too much. You're doing way too much. No.
And so when somebody takes that away from you, you're going to have withdrawals. And so when you have withdrawals, you have the craziest symptoms. So he's outside wild and living his life, even though he might be really sad. We all know. But he's just really...
But see, not you're okay. But if you're doing it because you're like he just better not want to be back with her. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh,
because if that
happen.
was me and I'm Kim, I'm looking at you do all this extra shit. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
But see, I agree in terms of what Kim's mindset or stance is, because I'm sure that's what she's thinking about. At the same time, Kanye's thinking, hey, you're used to this lifestyle. You used to all the cameras. I'm giving attention, and I want my kids. And even though he says, oh, I don't want to get a divorce and all these things, and maybe there's a part of him that if they work out, they'll work out. Like, he wants them to work out, but she's like, however, I think, how old is North? Like 8, 7? Something like that, but however old she is, and even before that. But I'm like, I think Kim, she put up with all those things that they were doing, buying the ranch in, Wyoming, and doing all this stuff, the sunken place. Everyone was making fun of that. So I think, she's like, nah, I'm cool, I'm done.
But also, I think she's just tired, period, because they went through a lot.
Oh, for sure.
And to have to deal with mental illness on top of your own mental health, and you got all these kids, and then you got paparazzi on your face, and you got to worry about being the best person that you could be so you don't mess up your reputation. Like, that is a lot of stress to handle, especially like on some real, like, you're running the world. Right. That's heavy on anybody. Right. Just running yourself is a task in its own. But millions, billions of people, and then somebody who can't get their stuff together.
No, I completely understand why Kim could not want to be with Kanye, and I can understand why Kanye's at his breaking point. But I feel like right now you're doing too much, and if you want her back, you doing all this is not about to make anything better. Even he had a date with that girl, like the girlfriend now. Oh yeah. And you have a photographer there. Why? When your whole life you was secretive and let's be covered up when we're outside and do all this, and now your first date with somebody, you have a photographer there to take pictures.
He's trying to be like, look at me. Look,
you're literally trying. You're doing this out of her, and I think that if you want her back, you need to work on getting her back and not having photographers and being on fucking balconies with females. Like,
you know what he needs to do?
What he need to do?
He need to go stand outside with a boombox.
Man, I'm here for it.
Come back.
I feel it. I'm here for that, Kanye. Take love advice from us, Kanye.
It's so hard
right,
to say goodbye. There's some Boys to Men. You just need some Boys to Men. In the rain, Kanye needs to wait.
He could afford it. He could afford the whole orchestra to come outside. Stop it. You better go outside. Like,
well, for speaking of that, I mean, real quick, it's like, when was the last time you heard Kanye do his Sunday choir or heard about it?
See, I've never followed it to begin with.
I didn't
so
either.
I
just knew it happened.
Oh, well, I
can't even speak on that.
I just knew that was something that he was doing. Like, he said, okay, we're doing it here, we're doing it here, we're doing it here. And I haven't heard as soon as, whenever him and Kim started going through their breakup, or whenever it was the straw.
See, that's what he needs to do. He needs to keep on with the gospel, because it's gonna get him right. He straying from the light.
Right. Ooh. So what else happened in the month of January?
You know your boy Pooh Shiest was over here and he pled guilty in that the gun conspiracy case, and he was gonna get life, but got it down to 8 years. So.
Right, that's crazy. I love Pooh Shiesty. He was gonna change the game.
Man,
he was changing the game. He was coming out strong, and that had to happen. And I think it was an accident too. He didn't even do it on purpose, right? He accidentally shot the security or something, right?
Still, it happened.
It happened. That's foul.
Well, look at the court of public. Well, not even the court of public opinion. The judges, they don't really care what happened.
Somebody shot.
No, absolutely. But I think just having the gun on him, because the security didn't press charges. He didn't press charges. It was him having the gun on him or something like that. I don't know. I didn't really.
Well, yeah. You just can't. Even if you don't hurt anybody, if it's gun possession, if you don't have a license for it, you can't be walking around. And then it depends on where you're at. Whatever, there's some states you can do that open, show it. But if you can't be doing other states. As soon as they catch you, like right there, he was gonna do life.
But you know what? Also, with the rapper lifestyle, they not gonna have no little pea shooters either. They gonna have the Call of Duty guns, the Whammer Blammers, like.
I feel it. I'm here for
Not the Whammer Blammers.
I'm here for it.
So I mean, if you get caught with one of those, like let's be honest, they not gonna be registered. They're not.
No. Well, I'm pretty sure it's one of those things where like either their manager security gets them like unregistered one, like so they don't have to like, oh yeah, I saw Pooh Shiesty walking into my establishment and he bought like 4 guns. Nah, you're not gonna know where he got the gun from. But it's just one of those things in that lifestyle. I get it why you need protection, because I mean, how many rappers, maybe not big name rappers that we've heard of, that have gotten like shot and killed in their cities, like. And you're just like, that's sad.
It's honestly, they say it's like it's being more and more dangerous to be a rapper than to be anything else right now. So I understand why they do it. Yeah. And I get it. But I mean, I want to tap in on that. Like, the way that the rapper lifestyle is now, it's like you are literally paid to put your life on the line, because let's be honest, a lot of these rappers are not from anywhere, right? And it's a gang thing now. Like, rapping is like, are you Crip or are you Blood at this point, right? And and with that stuff, it's all politics, and we all know that it's politics out here. So anywhere else, I'm sure it's the same thing, if not worse. Exactly. So you saying somebody, homie, I'm not going. What else happened this month? What else?
Yo, boy.
So we got Jim Jones, right?
Out here, crazy.
Talking about his mom tongue kissing when he was a kid, like talking about a kiss, and so that's nasty. I'm not. I'm just saying straight up. That's nasty. I'm not, and I think he ended up saying that wasn't true. Yeah, and his mom was saying that she never did that. But from the piece of the interview that I saw, why did you say that? That's true.
Hey, I just want everyone to know, mom taught me how to tongue kiss. All right. No, it didn't actually happen, but it did.
But why did he say that? Okay, I need to know. Why did you say that?
I think, and this is what I think they tell a lot of. Like the managers, I think this is what they tell them, because I think a lot of these artists, when they start getting that money in, I think they're like, oh, I'll talk to whoever, I was here, I came from this, and then they start saying anything, and they have to be careful, because I mean, Jim Jones is older though. Like, Jim Jones is not 22, and so for him to just be to be casually saying like, yeah, it's just I was here and my mom taught me how to tongue kiss, and that was it.
I think that was like high-key an uncle joke. Like, he was trying to be funny. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. Like, if it didn't happen, I think he was just really trying to be funny and didn't play it off right. But then at the same time, I'm like, you don't just say stuff like that. You don't just be like, yeah, so I learned how to kiss. Feel me? My mom tongue kissed me when I was a kid, showed me everything, and was full-blown confident.
I was about to say, what I saw, it didn't seem like it was a joke. Like that's the part that was blowing me. Like,
that part. Like, if you're gonna say something wild like that, I know for me personally, I'm gonna start laughing right after, because I know I'm on some BS.
But it was just like, it was a casual, like
and then just stopped for a second, like that's thinking, and then once he realized it didn't turn in his favor necessarily in a positive way. That's when he like, oh no. That's like, whoa, no.
Wait, y'all don't tongue kiss your moms? That's not what we do around here.
No.
That
really? That's not a thing.
How to kiss somebody through kissing another male.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't my family member. It had nothing to do with a parent, a cousin, an uncle. No. None.
I thought it was funny because afterwards, you know, obviously he got a lot of backlash with everything. Mm-hmm. And so people, you know, go ham. And so he went back on Instagram and was like, it was just one of those moments where you just be like, bro, you can't ever come back from that. Like, you blew it. Like,
blew it.
And he was like, yeah, so y'all, thanks for getting me back famous or something. It was on some like, you know, you using my name for clout or whatever, some crazy shit. Basically trying to cover it up like it didn't happen. And it's like, sir, like it is a big ass elephant in the room, and we all see it.
You too old for me, Jim Jones. Don't act like, hey, we blasting that Jim Jones? Yeah,
Jimmy.
Sorry. Hey, look, Jim. I got nothing against you, but tongue kissing your mama.
Even if you fake way,
I'm backpedaling.
That was not it.
That wasn't it. I like Jim Jones though. But his music back in the day was
keyword back in the day.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about Drake though? I think Drake. What happened with Drake outdid Jim Jones. I can't even lie. So supposedly a model is suing Drake for allegedly putting hot sauce in the condom following their sexual encounters.
Hey, you know,
I want to go first.
Go for it. I got to hear this.
Drake, I just need you to know I fucks with you.
Drake? Because
put yourself in his position, bro. No, hear me out.
No, go ahead.
You running the whole game. Another one of these people who's just running the world, right? Everybody's going to want to have a kid on you because they are trying to get that child support. And they want to live off of that. And so if you at that status, you gonna mess around with a few people, but you don't want to get caught up in no BS. So I will put hot sauce in the condom too. Like, you're not about to have a baby on me. And then you're weird for going fishing for that and trying to...
But see, okay, and this is what I was telling people. Because when I read it, I was confused at first. But once I started digging, trying to figure out what was going on, I'm like, okay, see, this is... I'm on set, so I'm working. And I just start... dying laughing.
Oh man.
Dying laughing. But I'm like, see, this is why he did it. Because if she, like you said, if she didn't go fishing for it,
it wouldn't have been a problem.
It wouldn't have been a problem.
You wouldn't have hot coochie if you wasn't...
Literally hot coochie.
This is why he did it. This is why he did it. Because you went out of your way to go fish for a condom to get Drake.
Trying to have a baby on him.
Right. You was trying to have a baby on him. You was trapping him.
He's a smart young man. That's what I will say.
Thank you, Drake. That was funny. That was a good ass laugh. That's what she gets.
Drake,
these fellas on game, stop playing.
Hey, Drake, I just want you to know, I bought about 5 different types of hot sauce after I read this. So if they try to dilute these, I got you. I got extra hot.
Louisiana. I got Tapatio.
Okay, but hold on. Imagine being a judge, right? And you see this girl trying to sue Drake. Like, what do you say? Because I would low-key be like, you stupid. Like, you did that to yourself. It's not his fault.
Yeah.
It's not. He didn't go grab the condom for you and was like, bloop, bloop, here
you go. He was doing what he should have done. That's on you.
Wait. So the setup is she's walking in. This is like, what, People's Court? Yeah, so we have the defendant, Maria, coming in. Says that Drake put hot sauce in the condom so she can't have his kid. Well, what happened next? The other defendant, Drake, multi-million-dollar, even billion-dollar rapper, says that he put hot sauce in the wrapper because he didn't want to get caught. Judge?
I would laugh. I would literally laugh.
I'm laughing.
I would laugh. There's no way that I would take her serious.
She's guilty of being retarded. That's it.
Professionally, I would just be like, well...
No, I couldn't.
Why did you get the condom? Why did you get the condom out of wherever it was at?
I mean, true, because you got to tell yourself like, well,
right.
I thought he might have got me pregnant, so I just wanted to make sure
the condom
that the hot sauce was legit.
But how did she not see that? Because hot sauce
Right,
has
it's gonna be like
I don't know.
Depending on how much you put in it, the condom it's gonna be pink.
Right,
it's gonna be pink.
Right.
And
what's crazy, it could have just been like a drop. Because I don't.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it could have just been a drop, but it's like
it's sensitive down there.
Still, like, why did you did that to yourself, sweetheart?
Drake said this.
Nobody to blame but you.
It's that new KYM jelly, hot sauce flavored. No way, it's gonna burn a little bit, but we good. Don't worry about it.
He said he's on hers pleasure, tingle tingle.
Well, why didn't he flush the condom? That's what I need to know.
That's what I was thinking.
Because Drake's like, she not stupid enough to understand.
No.
She gonna get this hot sauce.
No.
Because, like, okay, I can still see the paranoia of it, but it's like, okay, why didn't you flush it though? Why was it somewhere she could still reach it to where that even happened? Like,
should have told his bodyguard Frank to throw it away.
Frank, you gonna tell another man to go
I was gonna say that's nasty.
That's nasty.
You think my bodyguard that I'm paying $50K is gonna be bothered by me putting this in this paper towel? Hey, throw this away.
Kyle,
no.
Don't be that person.
Oh.
Don't be that rich person that's like. Your employees are gonna hate you.
I was gonna say he's gonna smother you in a pillow.
They're gonna hate you and they're gonna steal.
I had you in my will, Frank. Don't do this.
But do you telling grown men to throw condoms away because you're not gonna hire a kid?
That's nasty.
Even a child, that'd be weird too. But
like,
you know,
what is this?
a grown man to come on, no. I don't think he was wrong for the hot sauce, but it's like,
yeah,
let's flush.
Yeah,
let's hit the flush. Let's do our drop and then let's flush.
Hey,
yeah, just to be safe.
Your boy Kanye over here acting up. He over here moving next to Kim now, next door, buying the home next door.
Okay.
So what we doing now?
No,
you are doing too much. I'm gonna say this because I share a child. If we can live in the same state, but I don't even want you in the same city as me, sir.
Mm-hmm.
We need some separation, especially then if we was full blown married. What are you doing? No.
Okay.
No, Kanye.
Kanye.
So look, because he was like, and I'm not advocating for nobody, but again, I like to see both sides of the story, and I can't relate. I don't have any kids, but he said in an interview, somebody had asked him like, so what's up with that? Like, why did you move next door to Kim? And he was like, well, I want to see my kids. Like, I don't want to have to do all this extra stuff to see my kids. They could just come across the street. Like,
you listen. Okay. No. No.
Yeah.
I can understand the wanting to see your kids and wanting to be close, but no. And then what's crazy, it probably wasn't even a for sale sign on that house.
No.
He knocked on the door, had somebody knock on the door, and he probably spent a lot of money to move next door or across the street or wherever it actually really is.
Yeah.
No, Kanye.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's again, it's what we talked about earlier with Kanye. I think you're doing too much, and I think what I've learned as a male is that sometimes people need their space. And let's just say, for sake of argument, Kim does want to, in her head, take him back. But if you're doing things, what you're doing, Kanye, Kim's like, nah. I probably need some space away from you, and and maybe the kids start asking for their dad a lot, and then maybe it makes her reconsider. But if it's over here, I move next door, Kim, and then he got binoculars over there. Hey, North.
It's not.
That's weird. No.
You can live 2 blocks away. You can live in the next city or down the hill. I can understand wanting to see your kids, but bro, not next door. It's not giving what it's supposed to give.
So you're not trying to wake up early in the morning and Kanye outside in his bathrobe with his coffee, like,
no,
hey kids.
No, especially it's like, okay, Kim's in a new relationship and stuff like that. I mean, not that they want to do that, but what if they walk out in a robe and we see Kanye West and it's awkward? And Kanye was talking about beating up
Pete Davidson.
Beat him up.
Yeah, he was talking about beating him up. So. No, why are you here?
Honestly, and it goes to, let's say it goes to court, and we know Kim is on her, lawyer grind with how she's been helping inmates. But what does that look like if the judge is over here? Yeah, he's over here. It's almost like he's stalking. Now, she might not do that because she doesn't want that add on top of that drama. But if a judge looks at it and you're posting all this stuff, and and then you're going on Instagram, you're doing all these things. and then you're moving next door, and it's like you clearly want to be seen. There's some, I'm not saying Kim would do that because it wouldn't be fair to him, but she could use that he has a mental issue, and that's why I don't want him around the kids, and that would, that would really mess up Kanye big time. So I'm hoping that he just, it's not take a chill pill, but whoever is in his corner, somebody older, influential,
But see, with people like that, like with Kanye, he has a lot of power. So how many people can you really have around you to tell you no?
I think it's one of those things, honestly, like,
who will be who's gonna honest with
exactly
you?
Who's going to
check you?
Who's going to check somebody who's in Kanye's position?
It would have to go. I mean, I'm only thinking one person. It'd have to be a Jay-Z. It would have to be someone. Maybe we don't know who actors know. I mean, artists know. Right. Maybe he knows. Let's just randomly. Maybe he knows Denzel. Right. And that's someone older that's been married for decades could talk to him. Because, like you said, I mean. I'm not saying I would do this, but it's more likely than not when you are someone who had nothing, and then this artist is like, oh yeah, come on, I'll bring you up with me. Now your lifestyle has changed. You're gonna be like, no, Kanye, you're right. Whatever you're feeling is right. They're not gonna say, hey, Kanye, you tripping, man. Don't be doing that.
But see, that's somebody also who's not going to make it that far, because you need to be able to speak up for yourself regardless of a situation and what the outcome may be. Like, this is somewhat like off topic, but as an example, what's his name, Kaepernick,
Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, when he he didn't want to stand up for the anthem, and look how his whole life changed. They took away everything from him, and he had to try and figure it out. But then in the end, it worked out for him. Like, you got to be willing to just take those punches.
So Kanye could have that, but nobody's gonna want to risk that. What's something positive to happen this month? Complex announced Tyler the Creator as 2021's best rapper alive. How y'all feeling about that? And first of all, I love Tyler the Creator. I really, really do. The album that I really like, I was always kind of like a fan, but not like a huge fan. But that album, what's the album with the
Flower Boy?
No, not Flower Boy. The one after that. It's like a pink.
Oh, what was that? Was that like he's wearing like he has a grill or something? Is that like his grill and his hair is like?
Say it.
Igor.
That I fell in love with that album.
Is that
Igor?
I think so.
Yeah, it is. It is. And when I'm saying I love that album so much, I was listening to it every day, and the whole everything from first song to last song, I'm listening to it, not skipping nothing.
That entire album was just a story, period.
It was.
You can listen to it and you can listen to each song individually, but if you listen from top to bottom, you can get a full story from it, and you can picture it exactly how everything went down. You get visuals along with the sounds. It was a movie.
Right. So when they announced this, I was like, he can have it.
Right.
He can literally have it.
There was no denying that one.
It was no denying.
I agree with it because of the fact, I wouldn't say I was I was a diehard Tyler the Creator fan. And I'm still not. I listen to his music. Don't get me wrong. I like him. But I'm watching him grow as an artist. I think I was in high school when Cherry Bomb came out. I was listening back in Loader Squad days. Yeah. So I'm now watching that evolution of him being an artist, going from a more aggressive or goofy type of artist. He's matured so much to where he'll tell you exactly what's going on. Right. But it's his, what would you say, his production is on another level compared to his earlier sounds.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things. You could say he's given the flowers that's been due for him, just because it's interesting. He's the opposite of Cordae in terms of Cordae is a underrated, I would say, artist that doesn't get a lot of shine. Tyler the Creator is kind of different, except he's making his mark. You don't really hear too much about Tyler unless he's at a music festival, he's doing a concert, but he's doing things. He's not posting or creating an album.
That man has business.
He business mindset. He's doing things with himself, and then to say he is in the media, but it's not as much. But Tyler the Creator's doing it. Yeah, Tyler did that last month. Tyler did this. Tyler did that. So for him to do that, and he stayed he stayed humble, doesn't really go over there and flat. And I respect him for his personality, because people like Tyler's weird, but it's like it works for like him.
Yeah, it's like it's lovable.
Yeah,
he's that weird kid that you like that everybody knows in high school.
Yeah.
Like, but it's like, oh, we love Tyler.
Like, did he just stick a pencil up his nose?
Right. It's like,
that sounds
okay, bro.
All right, Tyler.
You're funny, bro.
Okay.
But I'm saying, but that's what makes him so lovable. Like, what's it? He has. Did you ever see that clip where he was being weird with ASAP? Like that. Doesn't he say like I love ASAP? He's like, oh, I love ASAP. Like that's his friend. Like he's just such a cool dude. Yeah.
Right.
I bet you. Yeah. Tyler is someone who. I didn't listen to him like that. I don't know. I'm kind of weird in terms of how I listen to music. I try not to go based off of the radio only.
Right.
I try to do my research and whatnot, but I've heard some people talk about him, and I've listened to some of his songs. I just haven't had to sit down to say, okay, let me go through his catalog of his first album to his most recent album. But I have no issue with that. In terms of him, he's put in the work, and he's the best. He's
been grinding forever.
Right. We love you, Tyler.
Like Camp Vlog now, stop playing. That blew up in a matter of a couple years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And it's fun. That was the most fun I've had going to his festivals. Like I haven't been to a lot of music festivals and stuff like that, but I can say that I had fun at Camp Vlog. I did.
I've never been.
I've never been either, but I've seen it. I've seen it go down.
It's an experience. It's an experience. Honestly, it really is. It was a lot of fun. But of course, end of the month, you know, while we in this category of people.
Speaking of ASAP.
Okay.
Rihanna, you know, she took the cake for the for January. I can say her and ASAP expecting a baby. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. It's
about to be interesting.
Why you say that?
Not in a bad way. It's just like, wow, like it's one of those things where we're all a part of each other's lives at the end of the day. Like we all are here experiencing this thing. I'm not about to go into it, but
journey.
Anyways, but watching like celebrity kids on some like they don't even know what they're a part of fully, you know, and so like to be born into a family like that. Like, your mom is Rihanna and your dad is ASAP, like, two of the most attractive and likable people in the world. Like, first of all, this kid's about to be spoiled beyond all belief. Right. Okay, and I'm here for it. If the baby about to have all the drip, this baby about to blow. Everybody's gonna be hating on the baby. That's all I'm saying. Them and their fashion alone is just that baby's finna look fly every day. Sitting at the house looking fly like, for no reason. Why does she look like that? Why does she got pick or if it's a girl? Right.
But I mean, don't let the baby be able to sing or anything either, because then
it's over with. But Rihanna doesn't seem like she's gonna be the mom to be like, oh, my kid has to do this, because both her parents are stinking fucking rich.
Well, I mean, if to add on to that, even if not even so much rich, I think it's just the mindset, because I mean, we knew of Rihanna as an artist, but for her to go from artist to stop creating music and then creating her line Fenty, you know, the makeup to the lingerie, she hasn't done anything. People have been begging, where's your album? She's like,
she don't have to do that.
She doesn't have to. So I'm pretty sure with her child is going to be the same thing. Whatever you want to do, I'm going to support.
You're not going to push nothing on it.
Yeah, because I'm sure she's been pressured for forever. Drop the album. You going to make so much money. But if you're not into it, I think that's what a lot of artists, at least the up and coming ones, they're like, I think they're promised things and they're like, okay, I got to drop this album. And when it doesn't, you know, when they feel like, okay, I did all this music, but you're not really getting the fame with what you're doing because the music companies are, you know, forcing you to do everything. Your music isn't as organic. It's not authentic. That's the word.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
What's happening on that? I feel like when you get into the industry and you're like under a label or something, your creativity is just swiped from you, because it's like, okay, I understand what it is to be like as a visual artist, like the pressure of having to produce. Like as an artist and just in general, like when you create, there's a certain emotion that comes with that, and if you as an artist are able to get that across well, like when you ever notice like an artist is really going through something, that's their best album, right? It's because they're able to channel that emotion. Now you're not just always going to feel as strongly all the time. One, that's going to be draining you with your energy, emotionally, all that, right? So having to be like back-to-back albums or do this and that, like you're not going to want to do all that, and eventually you're not going to want to do it at all. Like you just lose your love for it.
Point is, the baby's going to be spoiled.
The baby's going to be spoiled,
and it's going to be
Absolutely.
Cute. They are both bomb. I think everybody from women to men can say Rihanna is fire. I'm not gonna say men can say ASAP is
well.
Good looking.
No. I mean, here's the thing. I think with the times now, it's okay to compliment somebody. If I feel like, for example, sidebar, Will Smith back in the day when he was doing like Wild Wild West at Fresh Prince, that's a good looking dude.
Right.
I can say that and be confident, and not feel like. Be weird about saying that. A$AP Rocky's a good looking dude. I'm like, dang, all right.
Dang.
When they got together, I said, oh, they're gonna have a baby. They have to.
And there has to be something with them because Rihanna has been with the billionaire before, and so they didn't have a baby. So it's not like anything like that. So it just proves that it doesn't matter how much money you have. Right. Something with her and A$AP just clicked.
I think he do everything she say.
Really?
I do. Because not to cut you off, but. The dynamic. A$AP, let's be honest, like he's cool, like everybody know him, Pretty Boy Flacco,
Pretty Boy Flacco,
A$AP Mob, all that. Like he a rager, right? And Rihanna is a straight up alpha woman. Like she's a boss ass bitch, and it's like not on some like she cut you, she don't get what she want, but it's like okay, well you can go. Like I'm gonna figure out how to do it. And I feel like in the relationship, I feel like she takes more charge.
I think. See, you not watching enough A$AP.
Probably not.
Interviews. I've watched A$AP interviews. I guarantee you. Well, because it already seems like they vibe good together. Just standing next to each other, they look good together. And a lot of times when people just look good together, standing next to each other, it's going to be perfect. Argue with me about that another time. But A$AP seems like he's a fucking freak.
Oh, for sure that.
And we already know Rihanna is a fucking freak.
So
I knew they were going to have a baby. Two freaks? Come on.
Yeah. So A$AP likes toes. I get it. You heard it here first. That's what did it for her. That's what did it for Rihanna.
I just knew they were going to have a baby. So thank you, Rihanna, for giving us the surprise at the end of the month. Starting off February 1st with a good surprise like that. Because when I tell you, people were hitting me up talking about they want to go to the baby shower. And yes, I had several DMs that day.
What were you going to do about it?
I don't know.
Wait, you got tickets to the baby shower?
I don't know. A lot of people were hitting me up and excited and posting it like Rihanna was their best friend. So I think the public.
Well, I mean, if you think about it,
the public is gonna throw Rihanna a baby shower.
I was about to say they're
gonna be sending gifts.
Atlanta, they're already doing a party.
I was gonna say Atlanta's doing a gender reveal party. I don't know how they're going to.
We going to the A.
Get the gender, but they're having a gender reveal party.
But honestly, people have said that you look like her.
We're not gonna have this conversation.
So okay, well we can say that, but
there's
I'm crying
for the gender reveal party.
Catch us there, y'all. We outside with it.
We're outside.
Instagram. If you like this podcast episode, make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and stay tuned for more content that will be posted at the 7th of every month.